How to not get overwhelmed by Brazil nuts. Hey, everyone! Welcome back to my channel. Today, we're going to talk about something that might seem a little nutty, pun intended. Have you ever felt overwhelmed by Brazil nuts? You know, those big, chunky nuts that seem to stare back at you with their intense, earthy aroma? Well, fear not, my friends. In this video, I'm going to share some tips and tricks to help you conquer your fears and embrace the deliciousness of Brazil nuts without getting overwhelmed. Before we dive into the strategies for not getting overwhelmed, let's talk about why Brazil nuts are so darn irresistible in the first place. These nuts are native to the Amazon rainforest and are packed with nutrients like selenium, magnesium, and healthy fats. They have a rich, buttery flavor that can elevate any dish, from salads to baked goods. Plus, their unique shape and texture add an interesting element to any snack or recipe. Now, despite their many virtues, Brazil nuts can sometimes feel a little intimidating. Their sheer size and density make them seem like a daunting snack. And let's not forget about their intense aroma. Some might find it a little too earthy or even slightly bitter. But fear not, my friends. With a little mindset shift and some practical tips, you can learn to embrace the deliciousness of Brazil nuts without feeling overwhelmed. Tip number 1. Start small. If you're new to the Brazil nut game, or if you've had some overwhelm in the past, start small. Don't just dive into a whole bowl of these nuts. Instead, try incorporating a few into your favorite yogurt trail mix or sprinkling some on top of a salad or yogurt parfait. This way, you can get used to their flavor and texture without feeling like you're being bombarded. Tip number 2. Pair them with other flavors. Brazil nuts have a distinct flavor that can sometimes overpower other ingredients. To avoid feeling overwhelmed, pair them with other bold flavors that can hold their own. For example, you could toss them with some spicy roasted chickpeas or mix them into a savory granola with herbs and spices. The complementary flavors will help balance out the intensity of the Brazil nuts. Tip number 3. Roast or toast them. One of the best ways to tame the earthy aroma and enhance the nutty flavor of Brazil nuts is to roast or toast them. This simple step can take the edge off their intensity while bringing out their natural sweetness. Just be careful not to burn them, as that can lead to a bitter taste. Tip number 4. Embrace the texture. Part of what makes Brazil nuts so unique is their texture. Instead of feeling overwhelmed by their density, try to appreciate it. Use them as a crunchy topping for soups or salads, or even incorporate them into energy balls or homemade granola bars for an extra bit of texture. Tip number 5. Get creative with recipes. Don't just limit yourself to snacking on Brazil nuts straight out of the bag. Get creative and incorporate them into your favorite recipes. You could blend them into a creamy nut butter, use them as a crunchy coating for baked chicken or fish, or even add them to your favorite baked goods for an extra nutty twist. Tip number 6. Enjoy them in moderation. Like with any food, it's important to enjoy Brazil nuts in moderation. While they're packed with nutrients, they're also high in calories and fat. So, instead of feeling overwhelmed by trying to consume a large quantity, focus on savoring a small portion and appreciating its unique flavor and texture. So, there you have it, my friends. Some practical tips and strategies for not getting overwhelmed by Brazil nuts. Remember, these nutty delights are meant to be savored and enjoyed, not feared. By starting small, pairing them with complementary flavors, getting creative with recipes, and enjoying them in moderation, you can learn to appreciate the unique qualities of Brazil nuts without feeling overwhelmed. And who knows? Maybe these tips will inspire you to experiment with other intimidating foods as well. Because at the end of the day, embracing new flavors and textures is all part of the adventure of exploring the wonderful world of food. That's all for today's video. I hope these tips have helped demystify the mighty Brazil nut and given you the confidence to incorporate them into your snacking and cooking repertoire. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more food-related adventures and tips. Until next time, happy snacking!